we've found something new now. Ardipithecus ramidus, otherwise known as Artie for short, a cutie, a little name for her. And she was actually a million years older than Lucy, and she's from 4.4 million years ago, and she is in woodlands. Now, we thought that we had started to walk on two legs when we went to the savannah, right? No, and the grasslands. But no, she's in the woods, but she's walking on two legs. Now, she has a lot of ape-like features, but she also has human-like features, and the most important one is the walking on two legs and being able to use her hands for other things, okay? But she can still climb on trees, so she's got a little of both. That's why some people are referring to her as the missing link. That's why she's in a layman's terms, a transitional fossil, transitioning from ape to human, right? Although, as I explained, we all transition to wherever we're going, okay? Now, why did she, while she's still in the woods, okay, and she, of course, representing all the animals within her, Ardipithecus ramidus species? No, whatever you want to call it, okay? Family, not bad. Damn it, Jim, I'm a talk show host, not a scientist. But I love evolution. All right, so we move forward in this slight oversimplification. So, but why is she in the woods and walking on 2 feet, right? Now, normally in the woods, you're easier to climb with using all 4 limbs. Well, scientists say it's because of the males in the species. The problem was that normally in evolution, what happens is a woman shows that she's ovulating in a lot of cases, in some obvious way, right?
Okay.
And her genitals might swell up or they might become red as a clue to the males in the species, hey, it's time to hit it.
Okay.
Okay, I told you we're oversimplifying, right? And so that's when the big males in the species with either larger canine teeth or stronger come and compete with one another, and they wind up who the biggest and the toughest one winds up winning over the woman, and then you get more and more alpha genes out there. So in order to compete, the ones that were not as big came up with the idea of, hey, why don't I bring her food? Maybe I'll curry favor that way. Kind of reminds me of a thing called a date, where we take them out to dinner, okay? Now, this is totally true, okay? And that's what's great and amazing about it. And so why are they walking on 2 feet? To be able to hold the food. So they would go pick up the fruits, whatever else, nuts, etc. And in order to be able to hold it, they got to walk on 2 feet, which is otherwise not as advantageous. So then they bring it over. Now, this leads to more monogamous relationships. It leads to the evolutionary advantage for those particular kinds of males, okay, as all the species transition. In this case, this particular species transitions. And then, so the problem is the women could, if they have obvious signs of ovulation, obviously the males enter themselves, they can be like, oh, that's great food, really appreciate it. And while he's not looking in the middle of their ovulation, they're like, Franco, over here, right? Franco. Okay. And they go and mate with the bigger guys, right? And then it's a win-win for them. But as Homo sapiens developed through these different lines, ovulation was not physically apparent in women. Okay. Now you have your cycles, etc.
Right.
And you get to learn the cycles, right? But it's not like there's a big glowing sign saying now enter. Okay. Sorry. I forgot it's physically entering. But anyway, so she then has to stay with somebody throughout the whole exercise. You see what I'm saying? So the guy who brings her food, she's like, well, I like this guy. I'm going to keep him around, right? Because I don't know when I'm ovulating. Because I need him to hit me rather frequently. Again, sorry about the hitting analogy there. But anyway, and I can't have him hit it and quit it. Okay? So then evolutionary advantage goes to the males walking on 2 feet and carrying the food to the women. So that's why we transition to walking on 2 feet, and that's where Artie comes in the picture, because that's when they start collecting the food and using the 2 feet, etc. Now, I know, look, and I might even gotten small details a little off, right, species, family, etc., and I know it's a gross oversimplification, but that's the bottom line of how it happened, and it's awesome. And then if you look at all that, and then you go, oh, no way, man. God just took the rib from Adam and made Eve. I love you, but come on. That's not how it happened. It's super obvious.